Well, hello, my fellow caramellers. How you doing today? I'm going to take a break from, well, I have taken a break, as I said in my last video. And if you can hear in the background, Felix, the grandson, is back in town, which means my equipment's back in town. Thank you to Felix's dad, AZLeo Valor, for lending me all these years his camera to do my channel for you guys. Plus, he is, again, I've said it before, let's give him some kudos since, you know, I should do that since I steal his equipment all the time. He is the guy who created my intro and my music to Model Car Hobby Headquarters. So, well, since we said that, I hear the music, so let's just do the music. This was AZLeo Valor. Thank you, guys. What we're going to do is, before I get back onto my Salvino's JR Monte Carlo build, which will be the Darrell Waltrip Mountain Dew car that he started the 81 season at Riverside in, and you know, that video will be coming out soon. We'll get back on it. But what I want to do today is I was, I got up this morning. I was actually working on another video that I'm trying to get out to you, which is a great unpodcast. But this will probably be out before it. Someone was asking on one of the boards, I believe it was this Salvino's Builders Club board. So if you're not a Builders Club, you didn't see this. I'm sorry if I don't give the person credit. I don't remember names. I don't have it up right now. But they were asking about doing some AN fittings, painting them. And I thought, hey, I'll do a video. So if you get your AN fittings that are 3D printed by Jim at Salvino's, and you can contact Jim. I'll put his email in the description below, and then you can order a box of crap from him. And he does all these 3D printed parts. Watch my video on that when I opened this box of crap, and I didn't show you that it was an official box of crap in that video. So now you can see I did get an official box of crap from Jim from Salvino's JR Models. And his stuff is really cool. So go check that video out if you haven't. That one right there. But what we're going to do is this particular item that he prints out and sells are these fantastic 3D printed AN fittings. Okay, so what someone was asking is, okay, how do I do the red and the blue? What's the best way to get that look? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try it out. Just one of the ways. I haven't done it yet, and we're going to see if we can make it work. So I got one of the bigger ones off the tree, or the raft, as you would call it. This is a raft. And, we could do a little test run on this, which I suggest. Whatever paint you use, what you choose to do a test run on this flat piece right here. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's get all set up, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Tamiya Paints. I'm going to brush it all too. I got a silver, it's their silver chrome. I've got their clear blue, and I've got their clear red. And that is going to be what we use to do this project. So let's put them right here, and I'll get myself a brush. We just need water to clean up with, so let me get this all set up. I'm going to have to rig this up into something to hold while I do this. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I got everything I need. And most importantly, my cold cup of coffee. Got cold. So let's go ahead, and I need to hold on to this. So I'm going to take just a pin vise, and I'm going to go into one of the holes where you need to kind of drill out. It's already kind of started. There's a little space there to put your fitting onto some braided line. I'm just going to drill into it a bit, and that should help me hold onto the part. I just keep it like that. Just makes it easy to paint, and I'm into it pretty good. So we got that on there. Now what we're going to start with is some chrome silver. This is X11, and right now I'm just using some these are Atlas. This is a 50 whatever brush. Here we go. Let's open this up, and yeah, looks pretty good. I'm going to set this off to the side here. So what we're going to start with is I think I'm just going to concentrate, and we're going to do this portion red and that portion blue. This would all be blue, the whole elbow, and there's a fitting that goes onto this. So you could do all this blue, and then you could pop a red fitting on there, and then this part of the thing will be red. So I'm going to take this. Now, if you choose to airbrush, that's fine. This is just, let's go ahead and just paint by brushing the old-fashioned way. So we're going to get this silver all on here. I don't want to mess with crossing over with paints. So we don't want to have any bad reactions. Using the same paint. So whatever you choose to do, this whole project could work. But I'm suggesting the Tamiya because they do have these great clears. And these are acrylics. Is it an acrylic lacquer? I'm not for sure, but we got to get a good coverage. And the thing about what I like about the Tamiya is, for me, it brushes really nice. So I just wanted to get that thing all silver. That's the base, and we got to let that sit and dry. So we'll let that sit and dry. And the cool thing about these Tamiyas is over here I got some water over here, and that's how I'm cleaning my brushes, with water. And there you go. But you want to know something? Before we go any farther, and I shut the camera off to allow this to dry, so we want that to dry for, a few minutes. This stuff dries pretty quick.
12 seconds later.
But you know what? I showed you guys these in one of my last videos, so why don't we try these? I'm sitting here painting, but this is the greatest opportunity. Let's give these a freaking try, man. And this is probably the perfect paint, because again, I'm not 100% sure how solvent-based paints are going to work with these. Let's see. Let's pick a good tip to use. I think I'll go with this tip right here. It's like nice and pointed on the end there. I think we're going to be able to get good coverage and everything. So we're going to try these. They're pretty soft. What the heck? What would it be like? We'll see how this works. It might just push the paint around. It might not work that well. I don't know. But that's why we do this. So we'll do the blue first. And so it kind of like blobs all over the thing. That's a lot of paint on there. So you definitely have to figure out a different technique, because it definitely works different than your typical brush. You got to really let your base kind of really set up good, because you're just going to reactivate the base if it's not totally set up when you're putting your next coat on there, and it's just going to spread it around. The paintbrush is really, it's laying things down pretty nice. I'm going to do another video on these, though, where we want to try to do some detail painting. I'll do a dedicated video to these. I'm just using water right now, which really isn't the proper thing. But with it thin, yeah, you're getting a lot better coverage, a lot better control. Stays on the brush. Let's get that all on there. So what we're going to do is, I didn't do a very good job. What we're going to concentrate on is this part of the fitting right here. I totally botched this all up because I'm doing this fast. But you can see that is for the blue. We're going to stop there for the blue. So another suggestion is, like, these have been sitting a long time. You want to kind of reactivate your paint that you have. And this is a little bit not as thick. But, that's what the thinner's for. You can always put a little thinner in there and get these paints kind of working again. You want it to be at the proper thinned consistency. I've just dipped my brush in water, and it's all clean. Here we go. I've got a little bit better with the red, a little bit thinner. So we'll go ahead and do this part of the fittings. Now, if you want to go through like airbrushing these fittings, you're gonna have to do some masking. One thing I find is I dab it a bit. I don't brush. That kind of eliminates, if you're pushing it away. If you got plenty of paint on your brush, you just, we want to get a nice line there, but you just dab it on there. You start moving around, that's when you slide it off the silver part. So there we go. It's kind of clumped, but I would definitely suggest working with thinners and practice, because again, I'm doing it fast here, and quite honestly, I'm not thrilled with the results that I'm doing, because I didn't let things dry fast. I just wanted to do this quick video just to show you what you can use. But quite honestly, as it's drying, you're going to get that good anodized look with these paints. I would suggest practicing, getting things thinned out, right? And one thing I would do, which maybe will, rushing so I'm not getting good coverage and not allowing paint to dry. You really just got to take your time and allow each layer of paint to dry, because really what starts to happen is the paint hasn't quite cured, like the silver didn't quite cure, so when I start putting the blue on there, it starts to activate the silver again, and then things start clumping up. I'm going to use TS80 flat clear, and I'm going to just kind of shoot a clear coat on there, shoot a little dull coat on it, and let that dry. And there we go. While we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to have a cup of cold coffee. Oh, a quarter of a cup of cold coffee left. Okay, let's take a look. And the flat is drying, and you can really see right here. Here's probably one of the better sides, but here's the red, there's the blue, and I put some flat clear on there, all Tamiya products, so there's no bad reactions. And here's a nice smooth spot. Again, we did this fast. If you take your time, you can get a very good look. But here you go. How's that look for anodized? Can you see that well? If you're watching this video, I felt like I got a good thing done. I can't tell yet. Looking on my little viewfinder on here, I got to look at it when I got it on the computer and I'm editing this garbage. So there you go. Anodized fittings using Jim's box of crap. We have got ourselves some AN fittings. I hope this helped. Did it kind of fast. Didn't do it the best. But, I think that is good product to use. Why I like to use the Tamiya is, well, with it being an acrylic, I really suggest, I thinned with water, and you can do that. But you're going to get better results with thinning with their, which I had right here, is their thinner. Thin with this. So you want to get X20A thinner. You want to get X27 red clear. You want to get X23 blue clear. And you want to base with X11 chrome silver. You're not going to have bad reactions. Things are going to go well for you. This is what we start with. It's kind of a clear resin. Again, you've got this whole raft here to test on and get your technique down and figure out how far you want to thin, how long you want to wait for things to dry. And as this sits there and dries, it's looking better and better. So I think we can definitely get some. If you want to get some of these AN fittings, and they're smaller ones, I use the biggest one to do this so you could see it. There are all different sizes. Go ahead, get in contact with Jim at Salvino's JR Models. His email is in the link below, and I'll put it right down here. See? Bing! There's his email. And you contact him, and he will sell you a box of crap. And his crap is pretty good. Watch the video. Thanks a bunch for watching, and you know what we say here, go build model cars. Why? Because they're fun. And then you glue your fingers together and you cut that styrene, everything's great. We'll see you in the next video. Good day.